Hello, football fans. Yes, hockey's over, basketball's over, baseball's heading into All-Star break, but the NFL is on the horizon. The month of July is the last month before any games air of any kind. Of course, August is the month for preseason. The real stuff starts on September 5th. So yeah, September 5th. We are 2 months to the day away from the start of the 2024 NFL season. I'm very excited about this. So with that, I'm gonna deliver some divisional previews here for you, and I'll start, of course, with the AFC East, which should be interesting. And I'll go in backward standings order from last place to first place, beginning with you know it really has to be great to be a spoiled sports market because with the good stuff that's happened with the Celtics and the Bruins and even the Red Sox are kind of doing a few things before they get blasted by the Yankees. Um, People in Boston really aren't sweating where the Patriots are right now. Of course, the Patriots, of course, it's start over time. It's been start over time for the last couple of years. Belichick's gone after so many years and a lot of good stuff for him. And they got Gerard Mayo, which is a very big deal. The first black head coach in Patriots history. Amazing. So yeah, they're starting over, and I kind of think, well, they're not going to be in the playoffs, but for some reason, I sense a bit of an improvement. I think they improved by about 3 games. Again, no playoffs, but they made with about 6 or 7 games. They won four last. They won four last year. Maybe we see 7 and 10 year. Who knows? I would like to. I would like to think there would be some improvement, and that could lead to something in about a few years' time, maybe. But we'll see what happens with. We'll see what happens with the Patriots this upcoming season. Oh boy, it really sucks that the Jets can't really have nice things. It's been a long near decade and a half for this team, and remember there was all the promise in 22 because they finished 7 and 10 and they were within like a hair or two of a playoff spot, and then the offseason happens and Aaron Rodgers falls right on their lap. Jets fans were like, yes. It was like when Popeye eats spinach. They felt, yeah, we're gonna do this. Then 4 plays into the season, Rodgers is out for the season, and well, you can guess what the feeling there. This offseason has seen a lot of drama and nonsense from Aaron Rodgers, and to be honest, I'm very scared for Robert Saleh. I think Rodgers' nonsense is going to get him fired, because it's only going to be year 4 for him this year, which isn't long, but unfortunately, and it's very true. Coaches of color don't get as long of a wide open, a more wide open window than their white counterparts. It's a sad truth. It's a sad truth. Coaches of color have only given about this much time to actually make something happen. It's been 3 years. This is year 4, and Saleh is holding the bag while Rodgers is pulling his shenanigans. So I can honestly see one of two things happen. Either Rodgers is healthy, they suck anyway, and Saleh's fired, or Rodgers gets hurt again early in the season. The season's kaput, and they blame it on Saleh, scapegoat him, and use that to fire him. Either way, he's going to be out of a job. I just had that feeling. I just had that terrible feeling. And if the Jets really do actually promote Nathaniel Hackett, the head coach, after they scapegoat and fire Saleh, oh boy, it wouldn't surprise me. After all, their owner is a big time racist, so I wouldn't be surprised if they pull this nonsense and Rodgers would be fired because for some reason Rodgers actually likes the guy who took the ball from him in that NFC Championship. I still don't understand that, but it's gonna be it's gonna be tough for the Jets this year. I just know it. The Dolphins. The Dolphins were pretty fun last year, and no, I'm not just talking about that 70-point game they had. It was a pretty fun and interesting season. until the last week, because it looked like the Dolphins were primed and ready to take that AFC East. And then the last two games drew it, but that last game, that head-to-head against Buffalo that ended the regular season, Dolphins should have won that. They had so many chances to capitalize on Buffalo's many mistakes, but they kept, as the late great Dennis Green would say, they let them off the hook. They got them off the hook. As a result, they ended up as a wild card via tiebreaker, and unfortunately, they went to Kansas City and got beat. So yeah, but there's still some promise. It is fun to watch the team, especially if you own a few of their pieces on fantasy. I never had Tua last year, but I had Mostert on one team. I had one or two teams. I had Tyreek Hill on another, auto picked, if you can believe that. And I had the Dolphins defense. They were kicking a lot of ass. So yeah, but I think the Dolphins, they're going to take the division this year. I just have that good feeling that they're going to rule the AFC East this year. Why? I'll be glad to tell you. The Bills are fucked. The Bills fans can't see that they're A. That's because they're A, delusional, and B, racist. Get to that second part later. Like I said, I believed in the Bills. I wanted good things for the Bills, but they kept failing. And it was usually Kansas City that was a dead end, though the year before last, it was Cincinnati that knocked them out in Buffalo. And that right there was the beginning of my lack of my confidence in the Bills decreasing. But even then, the expectations were there, even in a stacked AFC. Now, Bills fans made every excuse in the book when it came to their failures. When it came to that classic divisional playoff game a couple years ago, that went to overtime. Oh, the overtime rules aren't fair. Josh Allen had the ball. We would have won. So the NFL changed the overtime rules beginning with this past season. Only for playoff games. Both teams get the ball, guaranteed. And then they say, well, we can't win at Arrowhead. Joe Burrow did. But still, we can't win at Arrowhead. So they had their chance. They had the Chiefs on their turf. It was in Orchard Park. They were supposed to win, right? What happened? Where's the victory? Where was it? So what's to blame now? There was no overtime and he had home field. What's to blame now? This is where the racism comes in. These idiot Bills fans had the nerve to blame Stephon Diggs. Well, Stephon Diggs can't catch. He's a diva. He's a crybaby. This, that, the other things they wouldn't say if Stephon Diggs was white. I am so sick of talented black players being scapegoated for the incompetency of their white counterparts. I see this too much. I see it too much. That's exactly what happened when they scapegoated Diggs. Diggs was Josh Allen's meal ticket. Emphasis on was, because he's down in Houston. Josh Allen is to blame. And don't say Tyler Bass, because kickers go do enough nonsense anyway. Josh Allen was to blame because he can't do it. He's a choke artist. He is a choke artist. Okay? And now that he's without Diggs, he's screwed. He can forget it. He can forget it. And that's what I'm saying here. There will be no playoffs for Buffalo. They're not going to be in the playoffs this upcoming year. And when that happens, when they finish 9-8 and miss the playoffs, Bills fans better take back everything they said about Diggs. Especially if Diggs kind of goes far with Houston that year. There's a good chance that could happen. So, yeah. Bills fans better get their apologies to Diggs ready when Josh Allen has to hit the golf course after week 18. So, that's my preview of the AFC East. It's going to be crazy this year. If you like this video, click the like button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe if you want more. If you're on TikTok, feel free to hit that follow button. My story previewing the AFC East will be featured. Check it out where you can. And I will preview the other 7 divisions bit by bit on here. So stay tuned.